Hi, it's Dr. Nadia, founder of the Doyenne Agency and host of Straight Talk About Sales. What a year 2018 has been. OMG. It has been phenomenal. My word for this year was soar, and it did not disappoint. So I wanted to take some time as I prepare to head out on vacation to celebrate the holidays with my family and friends on the East Coast. I wanted to just take some time to share some accomplishments, some ahas, some lessons learned throughout this year, and to also just kind of give a sneak peek into what you can expect from us coming in the new year. So first things first, revenue generated for our clients has been bomb. Like, wow. Like, okay. So to date, we are just a little bit over $1.3 million in revenue generated. So we'll see what the next several work days shall bring, and if we can get that number up. But that's nothing to sneeze at for our first full calendar year and making this happen and working out the kinks and doing all of that stuff. So we're really excited to be able to serve more clients in the new year. We are in the process of hiring new team members so that we can serve more clients and helping them generate revenue in their businesses. So stay tuned for that. So if 2019 is your year where you're like, oh, it's time for me to bring on a salesperson, it's time for me to get some support with my launches, my events, or just with my day-to-day sales, definitely keep us in mind, because we'll be able to support you in an even greater way coming up in 2019. This was also a year of travel. There are a couple places that I went this year for the very first time. So while I've gone to Dallas and San Diego and Atlanta and College Park, Maryland and Chicago, it was my first time going to Portland, Oregon. Wow, yay. It was also my first time going to New York City. Yeah. So really cool year with lots and lots of trips. And those are just some of the cities that I could think of. And I jotted down a couple. But yeah, it was a phenomenal year of travel and just going to new places while serving clients and growing the business. So phenomenal year. I'm looking forward to going to even more places next year. I'll add a few new places. Oh, and another city I went to, and this was not for work, this was just for fun and recreation. My husband and I went to Rapid City, South Dakota to celebrate our 10-year anniversary. That was also super cool this year. So again, just a year of travel and fun. And, this was a great year, but it was also a year of better balance. So one of my most profound or top lessons personally this year was that self-care is not optional. After finding myself in urgent care at the beginning of the year, I was like, I might want to do some things to kind of shift how I am managing my stress and really looking at how I am handling my health. And so that was a big thing. So not only was this a great year in terms of business, but my husband and I have also had a lot of more time together to take trips and do things. So I won't say it was perfect, but it was definitely a better mix of work and pleasure and fun and relaxation and unplugging, which is very, very important. And then as I get ready to wrap this up, as I've been thinking about 2018 and, doing my year in review with my team and my council, where we're looking at what's happening for the new year, there were a couple lessons that just kind of popped up, that kind of, bubbled up to the surface, if you will. And one of those lessons is there's a cost to being the boss. You may have heard that. It's definitely not the first time I've heard it or first time I've said it for that matter. But this year, it just really hit in a different way. Working to grow the business, working to really move out of the day-to-day operations as much and move more into a visionary leader, CEO type position in my business, because you make that transition. It's been an interesting transition because the transition is not complete. So this is definitely a work in progress. And I can tell you that, a lot of times we see on social media and we make it look all fun and we have our hashtags and we're doing our things. But, being a boss, being a CEO, especially as you start to grow and expand your team, it's not always easy. And, you know, sometimes there are times you have to have difficult conversations. You have to do things that you don't want to do. You learn a lot about yourself as a leader. So this was definitely a big self-awareness year for me, to just really get to know myself better as a leader. Look at those areas where I feel I did okay job, and definitely those areas that I have room for improvement, because we all have room to improve as leaders. So going into the new year, as our team continues to grow and expand, I'm sure 2019 will also have its own share of lessons in that area. My only hope is that I pass the test. That is my goal, is to pass. The second big lesson is growth is a fickle mistress. So I totally borrowed this from one of my clients. She has a book, and the chapter in the book is Growth is a Fickle Mistress. And I told her, oh my gosh, that's probably my favorite chapter. And it's probably because it relates so much to where I am right now in my business. We're in that growth trajectory. We're looking at all these things on how to grow and what that looks like. And there's a lot more to take into consideration when you're looking at growth. If you're doing it right, you just don't want to go blindly into growth, because there's a cost to growing your business as well. There's an investment that you have to make. So you definitely want to look at that and look at your timeline and make sure you're on the right path. A book that has really shifted, how I've looked at growth outside of my client's book, which was amazing, is Small Giants. It's definitely having me look at where, what means the most to me, where my values truly lie when it comes to growing the business. Where do I really want it to go? What impact do I want to have, not only in my community, but also in the world? Like, it's definitely caused me to ask some serious questions of myself. So there's a lot more time for self-reflection and quiet time to just really get clear, because the clearer I am as the leader of this company, the clearer the team will be, and the better direction, that we'll have as we move forward to serve more clients and to make a big difference in this world. So that was a big one. It's just, and again, that's another lesson. We're in the middle of it. So we'll see what 2019 has to say about that. And then the final thing I wanted to share in terms of just some of my top 3 lessons for this year is that there's truly power and clarity and focus. Not only have I seen this within my own business, but several of my clients, we've really taken the time to actually, in some ways, take a step back. And what I mean is we've gotten clear on who is the ideal person or ideal target market, but also just having laser focus in terms of offering. So what that really boils down to is having like a single offer. And I know that drives, like, especially as creative, like, we're like, I could do this and I could do that and I could do this. And so it's kind of hard to rein that in. I know it's been difficult for me. Thank God for my counselor, because they're like, focus, Nadia, focus on the plan that we've laid out, because it doesn't mean it's a forever strategy, but it definitely helps in terms of being able to speed. So if you're looking for speed, it helps to simplify and clarify and focus. So that has been a major lesson this year as we've gone into business. And so one of the things you can look forward to next year is maybe one more offering. Maybe one. We'll see. So one thing that I would love to add, and it's definitely something that we've been getting requests for, so you will see more training in 2019. I don't feel we did enough of that this year. So that's definitely something you'll see more of next year. And then another offer that we have received quite a few requests for this year that we're looking at. This one is not a definite training. Yes, this one we're still working on hashing it out with the team and the council, is the opportunity, for those that feel like their team is at a place where they definitely need the sales support, but they don't necessarily want to outsource it. So they're looking for their own salesperson, but they may not have the time and the resources in terms of, really getting that in place. The time resources, I should say, to dedicate to finding that person and getting them trained and getting them up to speed so that they can, get plugged in to hit the ground running to move forward with helping them generate revenue in their businesses. That is definitely an offer we're looking at being able to offer next year. So we'll see. That may be a 2020 offer. That one, yeah. But that's just a little sneak peek. There's a little bit of something of what we're looking to do in the new year. All in all, 2018 was an amazing year. I am really excited. All the lessons that I've learned, good, bad, and ugly, this year. I have definitely grown a lot as an entrepreneur, as a CEO, as a wife, as a friend. And so I am really looking forward to having some downtime to spend with the littles and spoil them rotten over the holidays, and then come back in 2019 and set some even bigger goals to see if we can then go and smash them to just succeed and do above and beyond even what we thought we could come up with. So I'm really excited for the new year. I hope 2018 has been a good year for you. And if not, there are some lessons that can be learned even in the not so great years. Trust me, I've had my share. And so I encourage you to just take some time to do a year in review. This is just my high level year review. Obviously my process is a lot more deeper than this, but we don't have enough video time for that. But what are some of your top lessons business wise? What are personal, in your personal life? Take a minute to celebrate your accomplishments. There are a lot of things that were accomplished this year. I know I only talked about maybe one or two of them, but there were things that we set out to do, and there were things that were accomplished that even I was shocked, like, oh my gosh, did that really happen? And even if you didn't hit your big goal, right? Take time to celebrate the things that you did. Take time to celebrate the accomplishment and the progress that you've made toward that goal. And know that, there's always next year, right? So, take that time to do the audits and to really assess where you are, look at your systems, look at your processes. Now is a great time to make those shifts in your business so that, next year could be an even better year, whether this year was great or you're like, Dr. Nadia, not so much. 2018 with my friend, that happens too. So I just wanted to share that with you. I encourage you to take some time over the holidays, whether you celebrate or not, to just have some downtime to really just reflect and refresh so that, when we come back in the new year, we can really rock it out strong. So have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And I look forward to seeing you all in 2019. This is Dr. Nadia signing off. I'll see you next year. Bye-bye.